So for those who just watched the videos, or maybe you're just new, in the last 24 hours, I got sick while I was doing the recording for Magical Princess. So if anything looks different with the save, it's because, well, I pretty much just didn't save. So, yeah, let's get through these last 4 months. And this might be a short video, but if nothing else, I said I was going to just start the next playthrough if nothing else, if for no other reason than to maintain consistency through videos. Even though that sounds a bit backwards, but I promise you it makes more. I feel better doing it that way anyway. By the way, what were we doing here? I think it was beauty, right? Because we're making this for this run's gonna be for Noah. Oh my goodness, every single thing for one class, but what do you want me to do? So for the sake of trying to complete classes, we won't be able to do it. The 3 months left, there are too many classes, but we can get as many feat points as possible. I mean, if nothing else, if you're not just cruising through and you kind of try to want to be efficient, then yeah, just focusing on one stat and one location is more than good enough, I feel. But I'm struggling in real life, as I say. If you're not happy with that, I mean, there are ways basically not doing exactly what I'm doing here because it is not as efficient. But focusing on one NPC, maxing out one stats grades, and then maxing out one or completing one class should be more than enough points for you to carry through to your second playthrough. Because if you're trying to basically speed run the most story in the most minimum amount of playthroughs, you will need 3. The first playthrough, if for no other reason, then it won't be doable gameplay wise. So I mean, I'm gonna shrug again in real life. I don't really have much else to say. Your first run is to kind of explore things and get yourself set up. The second run is when you can start to focus. And here I am I'm gonna make sure I get to S+, by the way. And then the third run, you can complete the rest of the story that you that exists basically without spoiling too much. So, as I sit here and we're probably going to take this family trip, I unfortunately didn't get every family trip because I missed one or two. After missing one, I just kind of turned my brain off. But EX skills, I think, yeah, we did all of the EX skills. I don't think there was a feat, last I recall, for maxing out an EX tree, but and not really much else. Yeah, we have all the if I didn't already mention it, or if you're newer here, basically just going through and getting the max energy on each of the 4 trees is pretty much the most important thing you can do. I probably should have picked something different, but so off I go. Hey, you know what I didn't do? A thing. It's fine, I can just check. So rest, sleep until morning, and we'll see if we can even get the second run. I don't mind doing a 4th run if need be, but boy, oh boy, does it make this month of May longer for me. So, do you believe in things like fate? Should, because boy, oh boy, fate is a concept in this game. Which to note, am I gonna say that? No, I don't think I'm gonna say that because I don't know if it's actually true. Basically, concepts, but. Let's see here. Is it? Not really. I mean, I can't really max out anything else, so we're just gonna pick something at random. Really shouldn't, but I just did, so I don't think there's anything else I could possibly get. And in fact, because we have 2 months left, I don't think we even max out Noah's. No, we don't, actually. So this is a very funny. I wonder what's going to happen. Well, we'll try, might as well, but in 2 months, I don't think it's possible. Because there is a separate status effect, or yeah, it's a different title for reaching 100 affection, and then you have to run into an event. So that doesn't look like it's going to happen here, but I mean, we'll give it a try. No reason not to try, right? I thought I had stuff that I made to give as a gift. The answer is no. So, without further ado, Monster Hunt, just do a skip here. I think we can push. You know what? Did I equip things, by the way? I feel like I didn't equip what I had. Yeah, I accidentally equipped a staff when it should be this sword. That being said, I should have enough gold, actually, to upgrade something. Because, I bought the outfit instead. Oh, that's all I have to say at the moment. I bought the outfit for defensive purposes. But we can sell everything else. Unfortunately, so if you didn't already know, Cornelia, I mean, it shows you what characters like, but Cornelia likes any of the gold rewards, so she pretty much eats up your funds for the run, but it's not so bad. Actually, do I already have? No way, it's the Night Sword, right? I'm just looking at the stats. 320 defense. This is 400 and magic, but we're taking it primarily for its attack, so I'm gonna shrug once more in real life, because that I just take what we can get. And into zone 4 we go. And I swear it's not just because I'm trying to pad the time for this video, it's because I actually want to see if I can get to zone 4. Not that it gets me anything, I don't think, but So we sit here in prayer. I think we're just going to regular attack. Noah, on the other hand, will just use spells, I suppose. There's no point not doing so. But yeah, Chocola is at least defending for herself. So funny enough, it might be worth it just to have them, or just to hope that they all attack her, but I guess we'll see. I actually should have, you know what I actually should have done? I should have had Noah or Toas support, but it's fine now. In fact, if that's the case, I should actually just have the daughter support, because in a 4+ enemy encounter, we want to go for AoEs if possible. You don't want to go for AoEs if you're resisting. I know that because I've tried it on my main save file. Even though I have a very strong daughter and very strong spells, resistance to an element it hurts the damage so much. So I'm sure you could brute force some things, but yeah, when you're at like BA rank enemies here, you'll find yourself doing a lot less damage on resistance. Does S+ give me a perk? I guess we're gonna find out. Or give me a feat for achievement points for the next playthroughs. I guess we're gonna find out. Meanwhile, we're getting slapped super hard, but we're gonna single target and hope. We have support, so we're just gonna let that run its course, but actually I should Thunderblade just to try and get rid of one. If Noah can't get rid of this behemoth, unless there's like a damage resist, I'm gonna be so sad. Okay, good. In the meanwhile, though, yeah, we're just taking damage left and right, but with prayer, we should be able to mitigate pretty much everything. In fact, I'm so confident, I'm probably just gonna hit this Thunderblade and just be happy with it. That being said, if I were to try and push Zone 5, that would not be possible. If you're working on a second run, you really want both NPCs to be as battle prepared as they are, whether through affection and or through battle rank. Primarily both, I feel, if I recall correctly, but Cornelia is not around, right? So she is available in the she's available during the night. We're gonna give gifts because I know we have meat, but yeah, it doesn't seem like we're gonna make it back in time. We don't have anything, so off we go. Just toss our energy, if for no other reason than to reduce stress. We don't need the stress reduction, but I feel like using all the energy. And Cornelia should be outside. What is her affection? Around 10. That's not good to see, actually. I really needed the dates to open up, but I suppose I should cut down a lot on my first run if I'm trying to maximize a first run, but not much I can do now. So I think in the previous episode we went through the academy, so we're essentially just riding until the end here, so yeah, we're just riding till the end. Crimson Moon, but also classes, but there's not really much else to do here, so we're just going to pick something randomly. Now, we can still get renowned like that because of our performance in classes. I think I skipped out on a class, but it's fine. But if we don't get a feat, there's not much point to it. So, the sad part here is that we're not going to get Noah to 100. That's not going to be great. I wonder I should actually just check just to be sure, but I don't think there's anything. Also, I have not seen this Noah event yet. I mean, actually, that's to be expected. And the reason is because I didn't actually do a Noah playthrough in my main save as well. So, yeah, we really don't have anything. I'm going to just do this and see what happened. Nope, we don't get anything for it. Well, hey, I think funny enough, Monster Hunt is going to be our best bet to get something, get extra affection. Not that we need it again. I just want to see how high I could get the affection to, but doesn't seem like it. And just to show, 88. Yeah, we were so close. I needed to focus on Noah more, but... So, without further ado, let's just pick a location and go. I think I was working on the canteen. No, I was working on the bakery. I was working on the canteen on my mains file. That's why I was confused. Super stamina, by the way. But really, you get ingredients and gold from here, so that's to be expected. We're just going to rest. No need to waste time when we know what's going to happen. So, as we reach our last Crimson Moon, we don't actually get much from it because we are here primarily to see the beginning of a thing. We're actually going to take normal and see if we can get through it. Yeah, Noah is at 90 plus affinity, but unless you proc the event, I don't think the title updates, if I recall. I've really just been autopiloting through a lot of my Magical Princess runs, so... that being said, I didn't play much Magical Princess either, so it's not like I went through another whole run, but... Yeah, Electro Hammer into a Windblade question mark? Why am I so slow? I'm gonna actually use support as Toas, just to make sure we're a bit faster, but... We should be able to just breeze through normal. It says that we have, like, we're at even with normal. Actually, that is quite a little bit true. Crimson Moon tends to be a little harder at the very beginning, just so that you don't get the benefits from winning harder Crimson Moon difficulties. Primarily Renown. I feel like you got something else, though, but I don't remember at the moment. Attack, Noah? Yeah. Well... So, and I think it's 3 battles, if I recall correctly. If I'm wrong, well, then I'm just saying things out loud just to at least remember later for the future. So I can retain more knowledge. Ow! And also hoping that Noah doesn't just get bullied as much in this episode, because oh, it's so painful. Yeah, and I just realized not getting a character to max means I might have to do 4 runs, which... I mean, again, we can still see different endings. It's just that the most variability that we'll see is probably within 3, spread out across 3 separate runs. But, I mean, if I don't make it, I don't make it, I guess. So, I think we just do a safe thing. So, to kind of give you some background into, like, my actual first runs, a lot of the time I was just trying to spam very... hard-hitting attacks like Long Hammer with Noah, but after a certain point I realized, well, at least certain strategies seem better when you're just doing normal attacks with a physical-based character. With a magic-based character, it's more like you're using fast spells, but if you're fast enough to cast a spell, I mean, I guess you can just cast a big spell, because as you noticed here, Toas moved like 2 or 3 times before Noah did 1 spell. And yeah, Noah still did more damage, but that means you have leeway in defending, basically. And so what I mean by that is when you're against an enemy that's hitting as hard as you can, it kind of helps out to be able to defend and then re-attack, whereas opposed to charging up 1 big attack or recovering after using 1 big attack for physical-based enemies, or physical-based characters, you will you just take the damage in the face because you take damage and you don't defend. So... we'll save here just to go through the motions, but we're probably just going to be saving over it at some point anyway, so... I don't think... Is this a full Renown ending? I guess we're about to find out. Because I swear Renown, I think, was the main decider between how high quality your ending can be, but we're going to see right here. So, 4 stars... 4 stars, 3 stars, and then the default in case you don't get any endings, which I could take, but for the purposes of, you know, seeing something different, I'm actually going to pick Blade Master here. And so off we go. Would be nice to get a Noah ending, but I swear that you needed to get the last affection title to get extra achievement points, but... I'm going to be speeding through this as well, so again, reminder from my very first episode, this is not a story-based channel or series here, at least for Magical Princess. So, yeah. And as Cornelia and the feats, the titles of the feats might portray, yes, we are stuck in some time loops. So, yeah, not really much else to say here. So as our daughter trains with the help of the person who absolutely exploded everything in the Academy Festival, then yeah, we do our best to make the second run better. Also, that was a Steam. So you'll notice that that was my first Steam achievement for 4-star ending. At this point, I'm usually at like 3 or 5-star. Hey, we did get the Noah ending. We just didn't see the last event, which again, I don't remember if that gives us extra achievement points. But hey, I'll take it because at least that's worth achievement points. So moving to our second run, we can explain, and there probably is going to be a timestamp at some point, I don't know exactly when, of the thing. We're actually going to skip that. There is a streamer mode in settings, by the way, but it's music I'm normally afraid of. So as Eben and Cornelia and everyone goes back in time here, it's time to start again. By the way, again, I will be skipping through it, but you'll even just watching through regularly, watching through the skipping that I'm doing, you will notice that there will be added scenes here and there in places where, basically at the very beginning. So there is extra dialogue, but because I've already seen it myself, then yeah. Also, yeah, I would have liked to take every single max stat, but I don't think that's normally possible through a first playthrough. So we don't need the affection. What we do need is everything else, really. So don't really take the I don't really take the bottom ones. I think I normally just take like what I'm going to use. So for the rest of these playthroughs, you're gonna see the daughter in the black cat costume. But you're also going to, I think we're actually not going, what kind of run do I want to do? Certainly take the stat that you're going to be working on, because I think I'm going to make the third run an intelligence run. So therefore, still want stamina to some extent, but how greedy do I want to be with that? I guess we'll find out. So we are going to take, I think I'm actually going to take Starlight's Blessing as well. So we're definitely going to take Charisma. I want to take Stamina. I think I'm just going to take Stamina. And then, do I want to split the difference instead? I might want to do that instead. If I recall correctly, Charisma, the Charisma tree ties to the intelligence tree. So I'm gonna spread out the points like that. That's not the best, but it gets me enough skill points so I can take a lot of max energy, basically. So that's why I picked the things I did. Now, that being said, really should have taken the bow, but I didn't get enough achievement points, so off we go. I think I certainly had more than 200 points on my first playthrough of a first save file, but we'll live through it. So, as we get finally the father's story, or my story, sorry. Again, this is added after the first playthrough. That even gets you some achievement points, if I recall correctly. But as we're introduced to Eben here, we are going to go for the Cornelia ending. And if we don't get it, well, shrug, I guess. Again, this is going to make the third run a little interesting for me, because I want to see something. Even though I'm going to be running a similar build, which actually is somewhat RNG with the way I was doing it. If we don't get it, again, I'm not planning to load too much, so I'm shrugging real life as I say. I mean, if I do 4 runs, I do 4 runs. If it actually takes 5 runs, I guess we're spilling over the month of May. So, check it out. I brewed some tea. But yeah, off we go. I didn't take the gold bonus, did I? I should have actually taken the gold bonus, but meh. Meh. I also didn't do a thing. You know what I also should have done? I should have taken my skill points, I just realized. Because now we're sitting here and we don't have as many classes we can take. We're gonna live through it. Actually, you know what? Now we're gonna live through it. So we'll take the skills now, but you'll notice that I don't really get as much from it. I think you still start with 10 energy anyway, so I mean it's not gonna affect me too much, but we are going to try and take it. So 5 skill points to reach max energy. And when we are doing affinity stuff, I'm going to actually go for the full proficiency here, though. But definitely want to go for skill points, I feel. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's cheaper to go through the Is it actually cheaper? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's cheaper to just cut through the trees and get the max energy here. And then 4 skill points to, unfortunately, be just short of something. But probably going to take the... Yeah, we're going to take the class because extra classes. So... And it's not like we'll be able to make use of everything yet. Just to note, though, we will like to get all of our max energy as soon as possible. So 100, 100, 100, 100. And then, yeah, funny enough, moving elsewhere. Probably, I do actually want to take stamina. Yeah, probably going to do that. We're going to take whatever gives us 2, although I will take speed first. Take Vitality or Vigor. Excuse me while I cheat for a moment. So... let's just see here really quickly. Just really quickly looking up the exact effects, if I recall. Vigor is defense. Vitality is the recovery speed of cooldown time after using skills. Specifically only skills, though. So, I mean, actually, I will be using skills. So, I will need both of them. So, you know what? We'll just split the difference with the class that takes both. Also to note here, we will be participating in the Bread Festival. However, whether or not we actually succeed, I don't think is actually quite possible. So, let us try our best. We can't fight yet. That's good because it gives us time to kind of prepare. But, do I want to make this... Yeah, because Cornelia doesn't really join us for normal battles, so we can focus on Croa and Chocola. It's just that for... hold on. Let me think for a moment. Yeah, sensitivity and intelligence. And here is the only time we can try to increase our charisma for the moment. But there will be a better location to increase our charisma stat. So... And here's me needing to remember that we want to talk to Croa. If for no other reason, then at least... I think it's still stress decrease, if I recall. Unless I just happen to pick up that passive. I don't remember all the effects from the skill tree at the moment, but it's fine. So yeah, just take some stress decrease. Can't family trip because we don't have the affection. We would if I had done a thing, but it's fine. So not much to do out here. We could make use of our energy, but I have stress as well, so... Rest. And let's see what we can actually do with a full day of energy. So, this is going to be pretty much the last month of the video for now, but let's see what we can do. Would you still choose to be my daughter? Stress and bond, but... Let's see what we can do with these classes. This is pretty much going to be the highlight. Oh my goodness, 99. No! I mean, we just take every class again, but no! This should be a skill point, right? Yeah. Not that it gets us... Well, actually, no, it gets us an extra max energy point. So, as we're introduced to Flan for the second time... let's take our max energy, and then we'll work on the stamina tree for... we'll cut across to get it. Because cutting through for Unbreakable, I think, is a lot more useful to us. So, we can finally talk to Chocola, who we do want to take. But I think we're going to be taking Croa as well. This means we're going to be lacking a physical character, but I think it's fine for the moment. I actually could have went to the canteen. Yeah, I could have went to the garden 3 times in a row, or 4 times in a row, but it's fine because if we're focusing on Croa, Chocola, that makes my daytime nighttime cycles a little better because Croa appears at night. Cornelia also appears at night, but again, we can juggle both of them, so it's fine. So let's, I guess, talk to all the NPCs. Really, this is just for stress at this point. We can't do much else with our 2 energy, so... Which is still far better than having not enough energy to do anything else, so you know what? I'll take it. But let's move home, and we'll end this video. So, without further ado, actually, I think Croa appears here at nighttime, right? Yeah, I was like, I didn't see Croa during the day, so she must appear here. But, and I think it's through, so really checking really quickly here. Was it the Charisma skill tree that gives us the stress when we talk? Stress decrease when we talk? No question mark? No question mark. Is this the, yeah, extra stress from the end of the day actually adding a little bit more to our stress decrease efficiency. But yeah, without further ado, yeah, 17 per day if we save on like 4 or 5 energy. But yeah, without further ado here, this is the Bread Festival, but we'll showcase that when we get to the next episode. So yeah, if you have anything to say, any questions to ask, so on and so forth, I mean, I'm not the most knowledgeable. There are other people already knowing what to do. So without further ado, not really much else to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!